My name is William Hanover. I've been Michael's therapist for 11 years, since he was 8. To put it bluntly, Michael was always a weird kid. Sweet, quiet, and shy, but weird. His parents brought him into me because of his odd nocturnal behavior. Watching them while they slept. Waking up screaming blasphemous words against the Christian God in the middle of the night. Sneaking around the house with large kitchen knives, generally replying with, "I just wanted to see if I could kill you before you saw me," whenever he was caught. Apparently, from what they told me, they adopted Michael when he was 7 from a Catholic orphanage. The story goes that he was brought there around the age of 1 year old with no documentation, no birth certificate, not even knowledge of his blood relatives. He was named Michael by one of the nuns at the orphanage. He grew up there and had been expressing violent behaviors that worsened as he got older. Some of the nuns at the orphanage began to fear that Michael was possessed or some sort of young Antichrist and began subjecting him to excessive religious practices. His adoptive parents, Lauren and Jacob, took him in and, not being particularly religious themselves, didn't find merit in the nuns' accusations, just seeing a little freckled blonde-headed boy that needed some love and attention. So, after the weird behavior began under their care, being the determined young couple that they were, they decided to get him help, and that's when they found me. It seemed like an easy case of psychological religious abuse to me. I figured that we could get it all worked out with a few months to a year of therapy. Well, throughout my time working with Michael, I learned it wasn't so simple. Michael displayed tendencies towards a disassociation with living creatures, considering himself to be completely separate with no feelings of remorse or conscience when hurting or killing small animals. It all seemed very simple at the time. A boy raised by extremely religious guardians, being manipulated and convinced that he was some sort of Antichrist or satanic offspring. Sometimes he would talk about how death just releases the soul from the body that it's trapped in, how it's freedom. How he would contemplate suicide just to release his own soul, the more powerful version of himself. Thoughts that no child of that age should be capable of having. He had grown a heavy interest in the occult as well, becoming more and more infatuated with the idea of sacrifices, ceremonies that could usher in more things like me into the world, to use his own words. Despite that all these things were very disturbing to me, I had never felt that Michael was any danger to me. I've truly grown to care about Michael, almost like a son. That's why, even when he turned 15, the time that I usually stop seeing my patients, I made him an exception. However, lately, his mentality seems to have grown darker. And last week, he said some things that I honestly don't know what to do with. Here's what happened at our appointment last week.
Me. Hello, Michael. How are you doing today? Michael. Really good, Will. I've felt so much more alive these past few months. Me. I'm ecstatic to hear you say that. What is it that's made you feel like this? Michael. Well, can you keep a secret? I know the whole confidentiality agreement and everything, but I mean, can you keep a secret all to yourself if I tell you? Me. Well, Michael, yes, I can keep a secret. I'm your friend. Michael. Okay, just promise you won't tell. Do you know these kids that have been in the newspaper lately? the missing ones? Me. Yes, I believe so. Michael, what's wrong, Will? You seem nervous. You aren't going to tell, right? No, of course not. Michael, I know where they are. They are missing because I set them free. Me. Michael, what do you mean? I'm not going to tell anyone, but I need you to be completely honest and clear. Michael, are you scared, Will? Why are you scared? We're like family. I would never set you free. I like having you here too much. You're like my pet. Me. I'm not scared, Michael, but I need you to be clear. What do you mean? Michael, I set them free from their bodies, Will. Now they are my friends, and I see them all the time. Me. Michael, what did you do with them? Michael. Well, it's really simple to take them. They always come with me so willingly. They want to be set free, Will. You have to destroy their brain. That's where their soul is. Me. Michael, are you serious? Michael, if you are serious, you cannot be doing this. People need to... They need to stay imprisoned in their bodies. You can't set them free because they don't want to be set free. Michael, that's not true. Do you remember seeing that little girl on the news 2 months ago? She was the first one I set free. A dark angel came to me in my sleep the day before. He told me that I was chosen to be here to save the human race by setting them free before the one that you know as God sets forth war upon the earth. By setting them free, I am building my army against him. That first little girl wanted to be set free. I asked her, and she said she wanted to. We were walking, and then I picked up a rock and... Me. Michael, stop. I think you need to go. We've run out of time for today. Michael, why are you mad at me, Will? You've never raised your voice to me. Me. Michael, you need help, and I'm here to help you. But this is unacceptable. You aren't setting them free. You are killing them. You need to go, and we'll talk again soon.
That's the ending of the recording. But as he left, he looked at me with the darkest eyes I have ever seen and just said in an unnervingly calm voice, "Death is freedom. Freedom is salvation." After he left, I felt nauseous. Sitting at my desk, trying to ponder on whether or not Michael truly could do something so evil. I sat there wondering if I should call the police or not. On one hand, if he was telling the truth, then I should. But if he wasn't, then I would just end up violating our confidentiality agreement and breaking our trust. Maybe it was a test, I thought hopefully. There was only one way to find out. I needed to follow Michael. So, that's what I did. For 5 days straight, I followed him from the city as he'd drive deep into the countryside of Illinois, and I would watch him make regular trips into the dense woods, always at 5:30 p.m., just like clockwork. I found it odd, and I kept it written down in a journal I had in my car. I'm planning to go out there again, earlier before he makes his daily trip. I'll post here again as soon as I have more information to tell you. Wish me luck, Will.